Hey, I'm just curious to y'all that are elementary school teachers, but you went a non-traditional route to get there, especially in Florida. What did you do? So for anybody that doesn't know, usually, the standard way is you go and you major in elementary education. A lot of the times now it's elementary and exceptional student education kind of together, at least where I am and where I went to school. Um, so you do that and you take all of your state testing. Here it's the FTCE test. That's Florida Teacher Certification Exam, I believe. And then your last semester, after you have all your coursework done, you do a semester of just student teaching where you have a mentor teacher and you're in there and you build a portfolio while you're in there and you kind of just have your experience in there. And that's after you do 2 other semesters where you have field experience, which is different. You're not in the class every day. It's just you have I think one of them was 75 hours and the other one was 100 hours. So you do that. But then there's the non-traditional option where you can just have a bachelor's degree in pretty much anything. And then you can apply for a temporary teaching certificate. And while you're working on that, you can do your coursework for your other stuff, I believe, and build your portfolio and then get your permanent certificate that way. And I think your temporary one's good for 3 years, I believe. I might be wrong. So I'm just curious of people who went that way, what degree did you have? And then if you used it for a different job, what job did you have before you decided to be a teacher? Or did you go into that knowing that that was what you were going to do and why you chose to do that instead of doing it the traditional way? I'm just curious because I have all my coursework done and I've had it done for 2 years now, over 2 years now, going on 3 years now. I've had all my coursework done. And then I couldn't do my student teaching semester because there were childcare issues with my youngest because he was the only one that wasn't going to be in school already. And childcare issues came up with him, so I couldn't do it. So I was planning to do it the following year when he would start pre-K, but I got pregnant with my twins and they were born the summer before he started pre-K. So I've had to keep putting this off. And they should start pre-K in about 2.5 years. And my husband and I are trying to figure out, if I will just go back to work as a sub like I was doing, or maybe be a para for a few years and then, go back and do that. And, all that kind of stuff we're figuring out. And it just I always wondered why they don't do, since they allow for the other non-traditional options, why they don't do it where you can get mine is an elementary exceptional student ESOL and reading endorsements with it. So I was wondering why they can't just give you a degree for that, but just have it a non-certified degree and then let you do the same way that other degrees do. Like say if someone has an English degree or a history degree, kind of go around the route they do where you can get a temporary license and do it that way. I've always just wondered why they didn't do that, because having that unpaid semester, literally a semester where you have to pay the school to let you work for the county for free as an internship, that's so difficult to do when you already have a family and you have this, that, and the other, which, those are personal decisions and everything. But some people also just cannot afford to not work because you're not allowed to actually have a job either while you're doing that. So, if you have to pay for daycare and then you also can't work for that semester and then you have to go be using your gas to go do all this, it's a financial difficulty. And I'm just wondering why they don't offer something like that, at least not in my state. And I'm just curious if that's why some people choose to go the alternate route. I know some people happen into teaching later. I know someone who had I believe her degree was in finance and she used to do that. And then she wanted to become a teacher and she went through that process. But I didn't know if anybody just started off doing it and if that was the reason they did it. And I was just very curious about it. So let me know. Bye.